Monsieur, dinner is served. Grilled portobello mushrooms smothered in melted blue cheese and a light duck jus. Dear Tim and Moby... Dear Tim and Moby, why are funguses so gross? Sincerely, Princess. Not every fungus is gross. Ask Moby, he's eating some right now. Fungi are a diverse group of organisms that includes molds, microscopic yeasts, and mushrooms. They can be found in just about every environment on Earth, from forests to deserts and even beneath the ocean. Scientists believe there are more than 1 million species of fungi, and so far we've only identified a fraction of them. Well, they're kind of hard to categorize. Like plants, fungi grow in one place and can't move around on their own. But, like animals, they're heterotrophs, which means they get nutrients by consuming other organisms. And like both plants and animals, fungi are eukaryotic, meaning each of their cells has a nucleus. Since they don't fit neatly into either the plant or animal kingdom, scientists created a separate category just for them, the fungi kingdom. There's a lot of diversity within that kingdom, from their physical features to the ways they reproduce. Yeah, most fungi share a few common traits. Zoom in on that mushroom. The cells of fungi are arranged into long, thread-like structures called hyphae. The cell walls are mostly made of chitin, a tough protein that's also found in insect exoskeletons. Hyphae grow at the tips, forming an interconnected network called a mycelium, which makes up the main body of many fungi. No, unlike plants, fungi can't produce energy through photosynthesis. Instead, they grow directly on food sources like soil, wood, bread, even dead flesh. Once inside the food, hyphae secrete enzymes, chemicals that break down organic matter into nutrients they can absorb. The hyphae's thread-like shape gives them a large surface area to absorb as many nutrients as possible. Well, the bulk of a fungus usually grows out of sight, underground, or inside whatever it's growing on. In mushrooms, the only part we do see is the fruiting body. It's made of special hyphae that don't grow like the rest of the mycelium. Its only job is to produce spores, special cells used for reproduction. In some fungi, the spores reproduce sexually. They have to join with another fungus's spores to produce offspring. In others, they're asexual. They can reproduce on their own. Many species can produce both kinds of spores. And yeasts usually don't produce spores at all. Instead, they reproduce through an asexual process called budding, where a new organism grows from a parent's body and eventually splits off. By the way, bakers rely on yeast to make bread. You can't get away from fungi so easily, my friend. They affect our everyday lives in so many ways, bad and good. We've all heard about how some mushrooms produce deadly poisons, and how some fungi can cause skin infections like ringworm and athlete's foot. On top of that, fungi cause 80% of plant diseases. Still, life as we know it depends on fungi. They act as decomposers, breaking down dead stuff and recycling nutrients through the food chain. Then there are fungi that have symbiotic relationships or partnerships with other organisms. Many plants can't survive without special fungi that grow on their roots and help them absorb nutrients from the soil. And lichens, which are a combo of fungi and green algae, break down rocks into soil where plants can grow. We humans benefit from fungi even more directly. Most antibiotics, medicines that fight bacterial infections, are derived from fungi. And last but not least, we rely on fungi for food. Bon appetit.